Um, and one day he said to me when I was trying to figure out what I would write about next, he said the Nazis took a lot of drugs. You should write about that. And I said the Nazis didn't take drugs because when you grow up in Germany, you get educated about the Nazis quite intensely, especially in West Germany. Like they teach you everything, but they don't teach you drugs. But it was not known. So and the Nazis always had this this aura of being law and order. No drugs, of course, no chaos, everything. My grandfather, he was a Nazi, always said, well, at least there was discipline in the country, there was law and order. So this doesn't match with drugs,
Before reading your book, I had the same kind of feeling that the Nazi ideology was all about like law and order and purity, and surely they would not be doing drugs. So this really blew my mind. I think I wasn't quite ready. Similar to like Richard Evans, like this is a big okay, a narrative transforming into a deeper, more complicated understanding what Nazi forces and the Hitler Inner Circle actually look like.
That's why I didn't believe Alex.
Always take the DJ, the drug expert, with a grain of salt.
I didn't believe him, but I said it's a great topic. Maybe I could invent it. He said, no, you don't invent this. This is real. I said, how do you know? And he said, I have a friend and I know this guy by now. I met him. He's an antique dealer in Berlin and he had bought an old medicine chest in an old Berlin apartment. And he found Pervitin tablets inside, which were the methamphetamine product that was marketed in Germany in the late 30s. And this guy, the antique dealer, took some tablets and they were quite old, 70 years old, but they still had an effect on him. And I later asked him and he said, well, we took them for about a month. It was the greatest month we ever had. Like we had so much fun. We were so productive.
Yeah.
Because that methamphetamine back then was also like a quality product. It was not crystal meth made in a trailer lab.
So this is many decades later.
It was still potent.